เราก็
Who was flying kites in the cemetery? Kids, right. Children. Kids were flying kites in the cemetery. Some families were having a picnic next to the graves. We, in the United States, don't do this. So some families were having a picnic next to the graves. They ate, they drank, and they chatted together. Did they eat?
yes
Yes, they ate.
they is
Who ate?
the families
Families, right? Of course, families ate.
family eat
What did they eat? They ate Guatemalan food, right? Food from Guatemala, right? The families ate Guatemalan food.
sao biết
Did they eat American food?
no she didn't eat
No, they didn't eat American food. They ate Guatemalan food. Where did they eat Guatemalan food? In the cemetery, right? They ate food in the cemetery. They ate Guatemalan food in the cemetery. They also drank in the cemetery. Did they drink water in the cemetery?
yes
No. What did they drink in the cemetery?
no
They
information
drank beer.
oh
Who drank beer?
đâu có
The families.
Không
The
có
families
beer.
drank beer.
ngoài này làm gì có beer
What did they eat?
Guatemala food
Guatemalan food. They ate Guatemalan food and drank beer.
uống bia không khó
Did they drink beer or did they drink water?
they drank beer
They drank beer.
beer
Where did they drink beer?
Guatemala in
They
cemetery.
drank beer in the cemetery.
In the cemetery.
When did they drink beer?
It's the day of the
November
dead.
1st, the
November.
Day of the Dead.
The day of the dead.
They drank beer. When did they eat? They ate
on November 1st.
on November 1st,
The day of the
the
dead.
Day of the Dead.
The day of the dead.
Did they chat together?
Yes, they chatted
Yes,
together.
they chatted together.
They chatted together.
Who chatted together?
Family chatted together.
The families, of course. The families chatted
The families
together.
chatted together.
When did they chat together?
On November 1st.
Yes, November
The day of
1st,
the dead.
the Day of the Dead.
The day of the dead. Dead.
People laughed and smiled.
Laughed.
In the United States, cemeteries are always somber.
Cemetery is
Are cemeteries happy in the United States?
No, it wasn't happy.
No,
They wasn't
never.
happy.
Cemeteries aren't
Oh,
happy in the United States. Cemeteries are always somber,
are always
sad,
somber.
and serious.
Sad and serious.
Are cemeteries serious in the United States?
No, it wasn't.
Yes, they are. In the United States, cemeteries are always somber. They are always serious. In the United States, are cemeteries somber or are cemeteries happy?
The cemeteries
Somber,
are
right?
all somber.
Cemeteries are always somber
Are always somber.
in the United States.
Somber.
Was the cemetery somber in Guatemala?
No, No.
No.
It wasn't.
It wasn't somber
Somber in
in Guatemala. The cemetery wasn't somber in Guatemala. But in the United States,
It
cemeteries
was.
are always somber. Are cemeteries always somber in Guatemala or in the United States?
The cemetery was
In the
somber.
United States,
United
cemeteries
States.
are always somber.
Somber. Somber.
Where are cemeteries always somber?
In United States. United
The
States.
United States, that's right. In the United States, cemeteries are always somber. Are they happy? No.
It
They are
was
always
somber.
somber. Cemeteries in the United States are always somber. Very, very somber. We certainly never have festivals or parties next to graves. Do we have parties next to graves? No, we don't. We don't have parties next to graves. Do we ever have parties next to graves? No,
So
we
they
never
have.
have parties next
They
to
never
graves.
have party.
Do we ever have parties in restaurants?
No.
Yes, we have parties in restaurants.
Nói
But we never
No.
have parties next to graves. Do we ever have parties in houses? Yes,
Yes.
we do. We have parties in
Không có
houses.
hỏi.
But we never
Không
have
có.
parties
Sao?
next to graves. Do we ever have parties next to graves? No, never. We never have parties next to graves. Where do we never have parties?
In cemetery.
Next to graves.
Next to
We never
grave.
have parties next to graves.
Next to grave.
Do we ever? No, never. We never have parties
never
next to
have.
graves. Not ever. Never. We don't laugh, or play music, or fly kites
Đây thì
in cemeteries
hiện
either.
tại như thế này.
Do we laugh in cemeteries usually?
No, they don't.
No, we don't. We don't
We
laugh in cemeteries.
We don't.
Where don't we laugh?
The
In
cemetery.
cemeteries.
In cemetery.
Right. Okay. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Did I find that I preferred the American approach? Or
No.
did I find that I preferred the Guatemalan approach?
I thought that I prefer the
Guatemalan approach. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Did I find that I preferred the American approach?
No.
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't find that I preferred the American approach. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach.
Approach.
Which approach did I prefer? I preferred the Guatemalan approach.
Guatemalans.
Did I prefer the American approach?
No, I didn't
No.
prefer the American
Who
approach.
preferred the Guatemalan approach?
I.
Me, AJ, right?
Yes.
I preferred the Guatemalan approach. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. I liked the way they remembered and celebrated those who had passed away.
Who has passed away.
Did they celebrate those who were alive? No, they didn't celebrate those who were alive. They celebrated those who had passed away. Did they celebrate those who had passed away?
Không nghe gì.
Or those who had become rich?
Không nghe gì luôn.
They celebrated those who had passed away. Who celebrate those, the Guatemalan approach.
Nghe lại đoạn này. Nghe lại một chút.
Did I find that I preferred the American approach? Or did I find that I preferred the Guatemalan approach?
Guatemalan approach. Guatemalan.
The Guatemalan approach. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Did I find that I preferred the American approach?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't find that I preferred the American approach. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Which approach did I prefer? I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Did I prefer the American approach?
No, I didn't prefer
No.
the American approach.
Who preferred the Guatemalan approach?
Me.
Me, AJ, right?
I just
I preferred the Guatemalan
approach.
I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. I liked the way
I like
they
the
remembered and celebrated those who had passed away. Did they celebrate those who were alive?
Those who was
No, they
who
didn't
had
celebrate
passed
those
away.
who were alive. They
has
celebrated
passed,
those who had passed away.
Passed away.
Did they celebrate those who had passed away?
Yes.
Or those who had become rich?
Become rich.
They celebrated those who had passed away.
Celebrated so
Who
had
celebrated those who had passed away? Guatemalans, right? Guatemalans celebrated
Đúng Guatemala.
those who had passed
Guatemala.
away. When did they celebrate those who had passed away?
on November 1st, the day
On
of
the
the
Day
dead.
of the Dead.
The day of the
November
dead.
1st. On the Day of the Dead, November 1st, they celebrated those who had passed away. Who celebrated? The Guatemalans. Guatemalan families celebrated. Who did they celebrate? They celebrated those who had passed away. I liked that they acknowledged death instead of denying it the way Americans do. Who liked that they acknowledged death?
Me and just
Yeah, me, AJ.
I just
Right? Me, AJ. I
just-
liked that they acknowledged death. Did they acknowledge money? Or did they acknowledge death?
acknowledging death.
They acknowledged death.
Death.
What did they acknowledge? Death.
Death.
They acknowledged death.
They acknowledge death.
Who acknowledged death?
Me and just
Guatemalans, right? Guatemalans acknowledged death. Did they acknowledge death? Or did they acknowledge money?
Death.
They
Acknowledge death.
acknowledged death
Acknowledge death.
instead of denying it. Who denies death?
United States.
Americans, right?
America.
Americans deny death.
Deny death.
Do Guatemalans deny death?
No, she didn't.
No, not Guatemalans. Guatemalans don't deny death. Americans
Thì
deny
hiện tại
death.
nơi rõ như vậy.
Do I like that Americans deny death? No, I don't. I don't like it. I don't like that
don't
Americans
like.
deny death. But I like that there is life as well as death in Guatemalan cemeteries. I liked that. Did I like their cemeteries? Yes, I liked their cemeteries. What did I like? Their cemeteries. Guatemalan cemeteries. I liked Guatemalan cemeteries. Did I like Guatemalan cemeteries?
Yes,
Or did I like Guatemalan restaurants? I liked Guatemalan cemeteries.
Cemetery.
Whose cemeteries did I like?
Guatemala cemetery.
Guatemalans, right? Guatemalan cemeteries. I liked the Guatemalans cemeteries. Guatemalans cemeteries. Whose cemeteries did I like? The Guatemalans cemeteries. I liked the Guatemalans cemeteries. Guatemalans call it the Day of the Dead, but it is also a day to appreciate life. Okay, that is all for this mini story. This was a very slow and soft mini story.